Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our newest season in the Star series. Today, we have our very special guest, Vesper, here with us. Say hello, Vesper.
I need you to check Discord, Char. I
Say
can't hear
hello.
you. Oh, hello.
The people
Hello,
could hear me. You
everyone.
couldn't.
No, I couldn't.
It's a you issue.
It's okay. We good. We good. We good.
Today, we'll be introducing our very first few members and answering some questions that our dear audience has been wondering about.
That's right. And we know that you've all just been dying for this episode.
Which one should we do
So,
first?
Lucas. That's a
Which
good
do they want to
question.
see
What questions?
first?
What questions do we have? There's a very long list.
The wonderful list. We currently have 33.
33.
Should we let them choose?
Yeah, I don't think I have the updated version. I only have up to 24.
Hmm.
Everyone put a number in chat for which question you want. Out of from 1 to 33.
It's a lot of numbers.
There are a lot of numbers, yes. It seems the audience knows what they want. One person is very insistent on 4. I think we're gonna have to do 4.
Number 4.
Number 4 has won.
Would you like to go ahead?
Of course. Our question number 4 was, how long will the series last? And for that, although we don't have a definitive answer, we can say that we do want it to go on for about 6 months minimum. It all depends on activity, if the server dies out during that time, how popular it gets. So yeah, it all depends on how much people are able to do and how alive our loyal viewers keep the server. What question should we do next? Would you like to choose, or should we let the viewers choose?
I think it's most interesting to let them choose.
True.
We'll get through them all eventually.
I'm seeing a lot of 7s, but it's either 7 or 17. Would you like to choose between 7 and 17?
Let's see, which ones are they?
Oh, we're getting quite a few 17s. 17 it is. Go ahead, Lucas.
From one of our most questionnaires, Axel. How big is the maze? For that, I must inform you, it is far, far too big.
I can confirm that one. It is unbelievable the amount of maps that have been used, that Lucas used, just to plot out how large this maze is going to be for you all. Or mazes, shall I say.
Well, the people have to have their fun. How can we have a show if there's no events?
Of course. You want to choose? Or we let the people choose again?
I think we can let the people choose until we run out.
Yeah.
Either that, or if they can't decide, we can always add a little bit of randomness to it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of
I'm seeing quite a
33s.
yeah. I'm seeing a lot for 33.
I believe you have 33, do you?
No, I don't. This one's up to you.
From Winnet. Will everyone arrive at the same time? Or, if they're arriving at different times, is there a set order? Hmm. They will. They'll be arriving around the same time. We can't have too many people come up at once, of course. And we do have a specified order that was actually solidified today. However, that will have to be revealed in due time.
Of course. Do you think we should announce the players about halfway through the questions?
Hmm. Partway through, afterwards. I was gonna give them a choice to learn beforehand, but they seemed quite eager.
They are quite eager for their questions to be answered. Do the players at the end? Well, if that's what the viewers insist.
Let's see.
I think I'd like to choose a question next. Of course,
Mhm.
if that's all right with our dear audience and you.
Well, I mean, you are in the same boat as them after all. I don't see why not.
Very true. I want to see if they can guess what number it's going to be first. You know, have a bit of interest in there. Not that they get to choose, but
Oh, we were given some very interesting questions. Very great questions as well.
it's very true.
Come now, don't keep me waiting too long.
Oh, but it's interesting to see them fight over numbers.
Well, they can choose the next question.
Mm,
Seeing a lot of 19s for the next one.
yeah. I can't say I could find the question number. However, this question is one that I know a lot of you have been wanting. I suppose we can go in order after this one.
Okay.
Um, how many members are we looking for total is a question that I've seen a lot of you asking. And overall, by the end of the server, whether dead or alive, is gonna be 40. Of course, not everyone's going to escape. We're going to need quite a few deaths. You can all figure that out amongst yourselves.
I was hoping for much more, but
Mm.
someone was very insistent. Such a big maze for such a small amount of people.
Mm. Well, we can change the cast and maze size for next season, I suppose.
Oh, maybe you won't get to be making decisions next season around.
Hmm. Should we go in order to keep the people happy?
They
The
were
questions.
quite insistent on 19 previously.
Hmm. You want to answer 19 first, and then we can start answering in order?
Brooke has asked if there was going to be different mods for food-related items. And the answer to that is, well, yes. We currently actually have one that some of you may be very familiar with, having some of our wonderful classics. Do you think they remember those?
Well, if they watched season 29, as they should have, then they will know, yes.
By far the most popular season so far.
The viewers are quite smart, they're guessing already. Alright, let's start going in order.
Such a shame.
Question number 1. Can people use alt accounts for additional camera angles for lore? And after some discussion, we've decided yes. We are more than happy to let people get the camera angles they need. You know, if you need above angles, if you need it from the side while you and another person discuss, then we're fine with that. You just can't do it all the time, as we would need a request for when you're doing it. Plus, we would also need to whitelist the alt, as we have a whitelist, just to make sure, you know, nobody gets in that isn't meant to. After all, we do have a schedule.
That's what's on there.
We also do prefer that if you do use an alt account, that you would message us beforehand, so that we are aware of who this new account is that's joining. I think free cam would be allowed as well. Yes, I is that a bedrock thing?
Huh? Not as far as I'm aware. I'd love to know if someone
If you
found one.
Yeah, if you find a free cam that works, feel free to message my dear friend here.
Hmm.
Question 2 is yours.
Question number 2 from Zachary. Is there a date for when the SMP will begin? As of right now, it will be set for 2 weeks from this current day. We don't have a time yet, and that'll be discussed among our participants. But you'll see them in due time. Shouldn't be too long.
I don't know if we should answer question number 5, Lucas. I see you've added a little Easter egg there.
The people asked. They need an answer.
Well, I'm not answering it.
Eh. Well, our dearest Axel asked if our special guest here is, gay. And I do have to say, unfortunately, I believe so. I mean, just take a look at them.
What's that supposed to mean?
When was the last time you looked in the mirror?
Okay, Lucas. When was the last time you looked in a mirror?
Hmm, Today, actually. Had to look my best. I got this outfit all prepared last night and everything.
Well, I can tell that. Okay, question number 6. Will people be coming up an elevator, or is there a different way of it happening? And for how it will be, is it'll be an elevator for our newest contestants going in a specific order that we'll decide on. Granted that, of course, the members can get on at that time. And throughout the SMP, some members may join through a different way depending on when they join throughout the plan.
There are going to be plenty of opportunities for applications to reopen, so sit tight.
Of course. Question number 7's yours.
Will there be any sort of watchers, like with Magic's friend, Ash? I like this question a lot, actually. There currently are intentions of a force similar to it, which some of you will find out. I personally am looking forward to very much.
I'm not surprised that you are. It's you we're talking about after all.
Oh, come on. A man's gotta have his plans, right?
Hmm. Question number 8. Would there be any villain sort of characters? And I do have to say, we aren't the ones who are going to decide that. That is up to you, the players, to decide. If you would if you would want your character to be a villain and you need any help with it, then feel free to message my friend here, aka Char on Discord.
I'll take dutiful care to try and work around with it. Love a good story after all.
We all know we love our villains, especially from last season. Next question's yours.
Let's
Or
keep it
two-part
cool.
question.
Yes. Is there a certain amount of people that we would like to be killed off before our finale? And as a bonus question, you also asked if there will be a finale. Which, right now, we don't have a set number. Of course, as Vesper said earlier, not everyone can make it to the end, but right now there's not currently a maximum nor minimum. And as long as the server remains up and up, our viewers stay patiently waiting. Yes, there is a finale planned, and personally, I'm also looking forward to that.
Hmm.
We've got something lovely planned out.
I can't say I'm all too familiar with it, but I'm sure the viewers will enjoy it.
Yeah, I can't tell you everything, can I?
We'll go against your code, I'm sure.
No, there's far other reasons.
Hmm. Question number 10. Will there be a buddy system? And yet again, that one is up to the characters. We can't tell the characters, oh, you have to stay with this person while exploring the maze, or you have to always be with this person because we want you to be. It's up to you guys. We want you to be free. We want you to have free will, of course.
Yeah, of course. However, it
Next
is
question's yours.
quite recommended to stay with someone. You never know what might happen in there.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard, based on last season, that maze was dangerous.
Yeah,
Who knows what this one's gonna be like?
I mean, there's been a change in leadership since then, as you know. It's,
Question 11's all yours.
are there
I'm sure
going to be
the
a
viewers are
certain
eager.
amount of lives? I think we're just gonna stick with one for now. I don't. I mean, people have to go eventually. Yeah,
And
wouldn't
if
you
you
agree?
manage to, yeah, if you manage to somehow die by accident, like you fall down a hill or something, or you, for whatever reason, some other player kills you and it wasn't decided upon, then you just have to state that that's not canon so people are aware.
No, we will not be giving everyone 10 lives, Michael. I'm very apologetic for that.
We ready for the next question?
I'd say so.
All right. Question number 12. What will it be based off of? Like the Maze Runner books or movies, Outsiders, anything else? And we've decided mostly Outsiders, a bit of the movie, and then part of the books, as our dear friend here is going to be reading them and giving us notes.
Yeah,
From what I've
actually.
heard, the books and the movies are drastically different, according to a friend.
Oh, gonna be picking up a lot of free time. And of course, time that isn't free, and unfortunately won't be spent working on our dear maze for our lovely contestants. I seem to have a lot of free time there as well. Wouldn't hurt
Of
to bring a
course.
book or two. I do have two
Mm.
now. Mm. I'd love to incorporate certain things from beyond the first session. Let's see. And Brooke asked, "Will everyone burn?" Now, as unfortunate as it is to say, no, not everyone will burn. Um, Right now, we don't have any plans for another meltdown situation with the lava, but things can change, things can happen, though we don't really want any direct recreations. That wouldn't be very original for our content. And viewers have to be entertained.
Of course. If it's just a repeat of what happened last season, then people aren't going to be as interested, right?
Hmm. And trust me, there's already plenty of plans. There will be no lack of entertainment for our viewers around here.
Hmm. Question number 14. As I've been told, we as I've been told, will there be those grievers or will we have more intense enemies? And the answer to that is a bit of both. We are going to be having grievers. They will look slightly different to last season's, considering we had to make new tech. But there's also going to be some other new mobs that I'm sure you're all going to just love. And of
Hmm.
course, as some of you may not be aware, this is our 30th season of the Star series.
Recently under new management, so it will be quite
Of
different.
course.
Question 15. Will there be any names on the walls? Unfortunately, not quite in the same way. I recently have been looking into workarounds for this, and I do have an idea, though it won't be particularly the most flattering. It will get the job done. I'm sure you all will enjoy it.
Of course. I mean, Lucas always knows how to figure out these types of things.
I do enjoy a little bit of technical work.
I'm not surprised. It's what you were well known for. Question number 16. How many clearings will there be? Now, as for clearings, currently we're only going to have two. However, those won't be the only opportunities for applications to reopen. After all, I've not been informed fully, but our dear friend Lucas here has told me of plans.
I have plenty of plans. We have to find ways to include everyone. Oh, how boring would it be if there were just two clearings again? I mean, last time it got destroyed, there was barely anyone left. I don't have room. Can't fit everyone in the first clearing, can't kill everyone off in the second. So yes, I do have intentions of reopening it once or twice more. 18. Will we be adding on to the maze as the series continues? In a more technical way, yes, it will be being constructed once the series has already started. However, there have not been any plans for those constructions to be seen by any of our contestants, though it is a wonderful idea. So there's no telling. I mean, some walls, or when you look at it from a certain point, shorter than others. You never know who could look over.
Hmm. Sounds like you've already made up your mind about what you want to happen this season.
Oh, I have plenty of plans. I have my timeline in order. Gaps in between leaves room for new ideas, but there's always a basis you have to start with.
Of course.
The people are demanding the members. We're barely halfway through the questions. Oh, I suppose this next one is quite a long one.
Would you want to answer this one again? And I can answer the next few after.
Hmm. I mean, you say you to? 25?
Up to 24.
Oh, 24. You really should get an updated list.
Mm. I have been trying, but people don't tell me anything.
Oh, you can't be told everything. You're one of our dear contestants.
Hmm.
Besides, you know this list has a little bit more straightforward answers than we give them. It's
True.
fun if you know it. It's not like you'll remember soon.
Hmm.
Hmm? Nothing?
On to the next question.
Oh boy. Axel asked, are there any rules? Oh, isn't this one quite a longer one? Yes, we do have some rules. They're the most obvious ones. We don't appreciate any hacking. We don't want any griefing. However, you know how people can be. So if the contestants would like to play some pranks on each other, as long as it doesn't involve any serious damage, nothing to the walls, nothing irreversible, nothing unreplaceable, we'll allow it. Um, we won't be allowing any maps other than those acquired by intentional means by me. You don't want to kill anyone without consulting them outside of the series. And please do take care to make sure that they agree. We don't want any incidents like last time. Don't break through the walls, don't climb on top. You can always attempt, but you're not going to get very far. And don't rush through it. This is going to be a carefully thought out maze. Sections taken care to make. We don't want people to rush through it and end up at the end of the section of the maze in a week, Like Envy. Our dear friend Envy, we don't want another incident. Isn't that
I'd
right?
like to add on. I'd like to add on a quick question before we go on a break and show the people the members, seeing as they're all also eager. Someone from our dear audience asked, what if you find the exit before a Lord ending? And to answer that, you just won't be able to. As we have said before, the maze is being constructed as it goes along, meaning the exits are going to be blocked off.
Oh well, could be ready by the time the server starts. You know how I'm like,
Mm.
considering your recent influx in funds.
Ah, of course.
Caffeine may not be that hard to come by.
Mm.
And they have energy packets there. I'm not sure where they're stocked, but little gel drinks filled to the brim with
Ah.
energy. Imagine one of those in the middle of the night. Nothing could go wrong. People
Hmm.
need their series after all.
All right. Well, I'd say, of course, I'd say this is around about a good time for a break.
Oh man,
Now,
we're not
folks, when
finished
we
with the
do come,
question yet.
I know, but people are dying for that to know who their members are.
Oh, not yet, they're not.
They have been. Haven't you been reading what our dear audience has been saying?
I misunderstand. Well, alright then, if they're so insistent. Do we have any tunes to put on for this show?
Ah, I'm sure I do. Let me find it.
Oh, there are 40 members total, and there's going to be 10 for our first set, who will be announced today.
All right, well, we'll be back. Stay tuned, folks. It's okay that the chat loves
All right.
you.
No, they didn't see anything at all. For our lovely contestants, we have, and I'm hoping most of them will be here today, Sleepy. A good friend of all of ours, I assume. Has quite an interesting story to them. We have Zachary, who personally I'm going to have a few talks with. What a
Oh.
lovely character. Our special guest themselves, Vesper, who will be showing most of our content, one way or another. Summer, quite an interesting story going on there that will be uncovered as time goes on. I shouldn't say much, but I am excited. Ghost. Quite some similarities there. Story to be told. Interesting look, too. Ducky. A good friend. Hoping to see soon. We will be taking all availabilities into account as well. Pepper. Quite a dear member to the team who we're hoping won't have too many issues here. Looking forward to them as well. Soap. By far an interesting one. Got a little confused with the links, but no trouble there. Envylicious, who I'm hoping won't be causing any other incidents. I'll be watching you carefully. And Mars. Well, friends, don't pull too many stunts, please, with your dear friend for you. How many of us are here in the chat today?
Seems quite a few.
Hello there, Envylicious. I do pray tell that there will be no similar incidents, will there?
Seems the chat is excited.
Good, they should be.
I think now's a good time as ever to put the people on hold.
Hold on.
Well, you don't get to put me on hold.
One little message. Again, I will be watching you very closely, Envylicious. I want no more incidents. Do I make myself clear? Envylicious? I'm not saying an answer yet. Do I make myself clear? But we don't want any tears from our audience.
No. Not yet, anyways. Hasn't even begun.
Certainly. So, shall we take a break real quick?
Of course.
Well, we'll see you all quite soon. How do I mute this again?
I don't know. There's a button on stream, I think.
I applaud your music taste. Well, we are back.
Welcome back, viewers.
How was
I hope you're
everyone's
all
wait?
okay.
Personally, I loved the little music change. It was a great suggestion.
I saw that as well.
I think it was the best choice ever, actually. Over the number 5. Number 5 was a lovely question.
Do you remember
pretty...
what question number we got there?
20, but you cut me off halfway through.
Yeah.
Quite rude of you.
Near the end, actually. Not the end, halfway.
Okay. Well. Oh. Well, you know what? Question number 5 was a wonderful one, too, and pretty self-explanatory, though. Do you remember what number 5 was? I think our special guest is dealing with some, unreasonable voices, likely in their head. Sometimes they slip out. I mean, you know how, they can get. Hmm. Suppose, the rights to be speaking on the show may have been taken a little bit early from us. So, how should we continue? Oh, well, you're not the voices, you're our dear audience. We couldn't do this without you. I have a wonderful solution to this.
Would you like to continue with our rules for the
Oh, what a
people?
shame.
Finish them off?
Oh, no solution then.
Can I quickly answer the people? To escape the maze, so you see, you enter, take the first left you see, then head straight for about 30 yards, then that next right you see, you want to head that. Ignore me.
It's fine. They won't be too much of a hassle soon enough by the time the series starts. Just, I mean, actually, yeah. No, actually, those directions shouldn't be much of an issue. They won't serve much purpose to you soon.
They're telling me to continue, Lucas.
You
You know, the people. We gotta
remember
give
what
the
happened
people what
last
they
time you
want.
continued?
Very funny.
What happened last time you continued doing something that I told you not to? For your own safety.
Do you want to continue with the rules? Keep the people entertained?
Where did we leave off with those? Oh, yes. We'd prefer it if you didn't stay overnight, at least not at the start. You'll find out soon enough, but there's things out there you don't really want to stay for, not willingly anyway. Maybe you'll need to in the future, you never know. It's quite a big maze. Very intentional factor, too. Oh, well, it is my studio. I get to create the rules and what threats, violence is allowed. There's certain things that aren't allowed, though.
You still gotta follow legalities, though.
Did we ever follow legalities? You're here right now, aren't you?
Haha.
It shouldn't be. Well, it's good. Good for the content. Are you implying something, Envylicious?
Yeah, who are you talking about, Envy?
Ah, yes, Renby.
I was having
One of my
troubles with my
favorite
keyboard.
contestants.
Ah, they're talking about you, Lucas.
I don't think you're in a
Oh,
position to speak, Envylicious. You'll have time. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, as previously mentioned. Now then, shall we continue? I
yes.
believe the
I think
next
I'll
one's
answer this
yours.
next one. Yeah. Question number 21 is, are there going to be holidays, like lore events? And a bonus question, specifically a beach episode. I do have to say, we will end up having holidays. We'd love to do a winter special, especially around Christmas time. Obviously, not on Christmas Day, as that's your time to spend with your families. But it may not be as efficient as it was on last season, considering it's on different game versions. Actual holidays are up to the contestants themselves, and as for a beach episode, it's undecided currently. We will have a fun day of sorts, though we haven't decided what type. We can't guarantee it'll be a beach, but something similar. It could be nice. It'll always be a backup.
Yeah. Mm. Beach was
Oh, the
not
people want a
exactly
Halloween event.
intentional. Halloween event.
I'm sure you'd have fun figuring
I
out
can
that
think of
one.
a few things to do for that. I am particularly equipped to make some souls fly around, maybe get a few decorations, or even just someplace completely new like last time.
Hmm. Ah, seems our viewers know how to make it interesting.
More violent modes. What
It's
an
spring!
interesting what an interesting suggestion, wouldn't you agree?
Hmm. Well, not like it matters what I say, right?
I won't soon. I can still for now.
Hmm. I'd
Maybe
say I'm
I'll even
probably
give you the
against them getting
honor.
stronger.
Hmm?
I'd say personally I'm against them getting stronger, considering I'm going to be in there.
Well, maybe I'll give you the honor of choosing how much stronger they get. Least I could do.
Not much. Not much. Maybe they could get
Hmm.
faster instead. Not stronger.
Hmm. Faster is a good choice. More resistant. Halloween is getting towards colder nights, so I could always add in some additional slowness. The cold is quite known for making you slow.
Hmm.
I do advise our dear contestants try not to freeze and well. Hmm, did I tell you about that? Probably
I
not.
don't believe you did. No.
Oh, what a shame. Maybe you've forgotten already.
We
No
just finished
issues.
question number. We just finished question 21, actually.
We haven't run out quite yet.
No, we still got quite a
As
few to go, don't worry.
yeah, you've made quite sure of that as our main provider for questions. Thank you for that, by the way. It's made quite an entertaining stream so far.
Hmm.
Well
Question
then,
number 22. Will there be set sessions, or will people be able to go on whenever they feel like it? Now we have decided, although there won't be set sessions, we won't allow people to just be on every single hour of the day, for example. The server's not going to be up that often. We will have set sessions if we're planning to do lore, but you don't have. We do know that you will be wanting to build your houses out of character and other things. But if you're going to be going into the maze during these non-serious sessions, only go over paths that you know you've been before. Don't explore new paths while you're out of character because you may discover something lore specific, and we don't want any spoilers now, do we?
Exactly. And unfortunately, even if Vesper here will be with you, they won't exactly be able to warn you of that. You know, they're not going to know anything either. About as much as all of you will, actually.
Hmm.
In fact, I think exactly as much as you will. Well then, would you like to take the next one as well? I believe the 24th one is a bit more directed.
Yeah. Number 23. Are we planning to have no maze for the first day? And after some discussions, we've decided maybe not for the first day. Whether that be first in-game day or first actual day, we will tell the members once we've decided, and depending on how many are free. After all, it's going to be seem like something is a big event. However, the maze will, logically speaking, the maze would be this new thing. You're in this new place. The maze would seem terrifying to you. You
It's
got
up
anything
to
to add to
you
that?
whether you're going or not. Just don't stray too far, too fast. You never know what's going to be
It's easy to
lurking
get
behind the
lost.
corners. Yes, it'll be very easy to get lost in this first one. Personally, I'm going to take pride in that.
Hmm. I'll make sure I explore it and get every single road down.
How will that help you?
Help people know where they're going so that if they get stuck overnight, they know good places to hide.
Bold of you to assume all the good places.
Hmm. Well, you don't want to kill everyone off who goes into your maze, right?
No, you know where they're here.
Hmm.
Well then, anyhow. Maybe Vesper would be a wonderful maze monster. It's a shame we're never going to get to see that. Not in that form, anyway.
I'm not a monster, you know.
Question 24. Why didn't you make the maze a square or a triangle? Honestly, the answer to this one is quite a shaming one. Honestly, I just wanted to suffer a bit.
Hmm.
No.
As you should.
The contestants are meant to be driven to the very edges of the maze. I would like all of you to be forced to map out each and every pathway in here, no matter how long it will take you. I mean, if I'm bringing you to the edge, what's the fun if it's just this straight little hallway looking like every other corridor that just never turns? I'm hoping that the curved walls, albeit however small they will be, will, serve as a subtle signal that you've reached your destination. One of them, anyway. Of course, you never know if the ending of that section will really be at the edge or not. For all you know, it could be right under your noses. Would you like the rest of that list? Or is this for me?
I suppose so. Yeah, we can split them between us.
I really do need an updated one.
I do.
Let's, I have it here somewhere. Ah, here it is. Here you go.
Oh. You need to get better at throwing things instead of just taking them to yourself. Ah.
Anyway, shall we continue? Which of us should read out this next one? Shall the people decide?
Yeah. Put in your votes, everyone. Vesper or Lucas?
Isn't there a way to make a poll? How do we do that?
That's a good question.
Oh yes, well there's gonna be violence between the two of us. We've known each other for so long, we're practically best friends.
We're best friends.
What's that meant to mean?
Nothing.
I have you here with me today, do I not?
Seems the people want you to answer this next one.
Hmm. Let's see. Question 25. Will you always have to be in character or only during lore sessions? Well, we will have those sessions dedicated only for the lore days, which, well, you're not going to be required to do anything huge. You don't have to do some big event or any personal story arc and anything like that. Nope. Those days will be mostly improv. You get to flesh out your characters, have some conversations that aren't always planned, but it's all up to you. And as for the non-set sessions, you are free to also be in character, but you have to be aware and accept that not everyone will be. And it'll mostly be time for you to get any work you need done. Building, mining, farming, or even just talking with your friends. We are all still friends here after all.
Sure. Question number 26. Will there be a VC for people who are in the SMP? Yes. We've worked on having dedicated chats and channels and calls for the people who are accepted. Of course, since this is Bedrock, unfortunately we can't have the proximity chat, so VCs will have to do. With the way that they will work is if, say for example, one person is in the maze and one person's the opposite end of the clearing, we wouldn't want you two to be in a call together. It wouldn't make sense. We would prefer if you're going to be in a call with someone, you two are relatively nearby, so we can mimic the proximity chat in a way.
I think one of our dearest viewers is accusing me of something.
Ah, I can
Personally,
confirm it's very true. Just look at him.
I
You gotta
may
be careful.
sway to one side or another, but I don't think that'll be necessary as knowledge here. Okay, well, it's not like it'll be used.
Next question's yours.
Hmm.
Better for you anyways.
How long did it take you to make the maze? As of right now, I've been working on it on and off for two or 3 weeks, and I'll be working on it as well for the next two. Each session of my work that I do, though, I've noticed I get more and more efficient. So while I may not have made the most progress so far, just what you've seen on your little sneak peeks of the map, plus more, about halfway through the third section. I have figured out a way to increase the productivity of our dearest outer wall. And so as soon as that's finished, I'll be making your pathways. And trust me, you'll have plenty to explore by the time you ever get in. It's not like
No,
it's not
that
like
doesn't
everyone
sound
will
threatening
be
at all.
me threatening. Come on, Vesper, you know me. When have I ever threatened anyone?
Mm,
That wasn't for a good
because
reason,
you
at
didn't.
least. What does that noise mean to me?
Nothing, nothing. What is our next question?
Also, a quite direct one, I believe.
Directed to you once again.
I think the next couple actually are.
Yes.
Oh, what was that?
Hmm?
You didn't see that?
No.
Huh. Did
You
our
must be seeing
viewers
things.
see it? I mean, I know your vision's not always been the best. See?
My fault.
Have to get that checked out. Well,
Hmm.
I guess the location isn't exactly, the best for electrical output, and besides, most of it's being sent to certain sections. I suppose the doors, those take a lot of power.
Of course.
So keep to keep the cameras running. Well, everything. Yeah, the electricity bill is so high. It's a good thing this show is very popular.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm sure
Suppose it's
it'll.
good for you.
Oh, not just for me. There's plenty of people who watch the show, trust me. They love the
Hmm.
content, and I mean, I've got to make it a good show for them.
Of course.
Anyhow, what was your favorite part about making the maze? Well, unfortunately, I'm not anywhere near finished. I will be by the first section by the time it starts. I know that much. So far, I have to say my favorite has been the process of learning how to do it. The circle is quite hard, but that's been whittled down to a mere inconvenience. You blocks can be such funny things. You know, 20 blocks one way, 16 to another, and suddenly you've got an exact replica of the circle you had previously. One of my other favorite parts, I'd have to say, would probably be the planning involved. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but I may have a couple of plans in mind for you all. I'm sure you'll find them quite enjoyable. And if you don't, I know I will. I'll be
Hmm.
just sitting back, watching, you might say. You gotta keep an eye on you all if you want. Sometimes I do have to ensure that some of you survive. I do have my own involvement plans, per se. I can't really do that if everyone's dead.
What type of show would you have then?
Uh, Probably, I mean, we're already a little bit tight on the legality of things. It's mostly because it's a popular show for the rich, and this still runs at all. I'm sure to keep it running.
Hmm.
I mean, we don't need much for that. I don't need too many people for that. It will be starting. The people will start coming up in exactly 2 weeks from now, on the 29th. It will be specifically on the day, however, we don't know what time of the hour. That'll depend on our dear contestants and the set order that they'll be coming up. Though I can just about guarantee we'll be getting at least 3, maybe 4 or 5 up in the first day. This next one from your home.
Which number is that?
It is. Looks like you're going quite far already. What was the hardest part about making the maze? Well, so far, I'd say it's a tie between figuring out the coordinates, making that circle, which isn't actually too much of an issue anymore, and keeping my mouth shut, I'd say. Fortunately, everyone I'd usually confide in with these kinds of things is one of our dear contestants. So, not much you can do. I mean, everyone has to go in blind. They can't know anything. Otherwise, that would just make it unfair.
Of course.
So, yeah, I mean, I can't tell anyone. It's quite the difficulty, actually. You don't expect it to be, but with everything I have planned, but it's fine. The few things that I've told people, they won't know it soon enough. A sneak peek of the maze. Well, you've already seen the map last time. I think they want to see it again.
I suppose so. After all, from what you told me, you have added bits to it.
Yeah, just a little bit. There's still no actual pathways that'll be worked on. Let's see. Tomorrow, day after, maybe. I'll do quite a bit of time on my hands.
You want this next question, or can I answer it?
Who is that directed at exactly?
Oh, I think it's pretty clear who it's directed at.
I believe it's just the two of us here today, actually.
If that's what I mean.
I don't think you quite understand.
Hmm.
I really hope that didn't pick up. They're really coming to question the legality of this series. I just heard the sirens. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I swear I've not done anything too wrong. They're either they volunteer to be here, they deserve to be here. There's not really an in between.
Eh, not entirely.
I don't think there's an in between.
Well, there is. Some people didn't deserve to be put in here.
Oh, that's not really how this works, is it? They volunteer, they deserve it, or they're given a choice. Oh, I guess there's other deciding factors. Not much else to it, though. I think everyone in here will be here for one reason or another.
Yeah, see, look, some of our viewers agree. Not everyone deserved to be there. Or, in
Well, I
fact, no
mean,
one deserved to be.
have you seen some of our contestants this time around? Did you see our contestants last time around? Or the time before that? Or before that?
Very true. You
Yeah,
got a
maybe.
point.
maybe some people didn't deserve it, but some of them are very deserving. And
Hmm.
some of them volunteer. Even this time around, we've got quite a few volunteers. It's honestly surprising. Oh, there's
Ah.
an increase of people here against their will after listening to them. Start listening.
Hmm.
But, you know what's been happening, right? I'm sure you've been informed.
Oh.
I know you don't
Hmm.
really go
Possibly.
outside much, but
I've been informed by parts of it, I think.
and by who exactly?
It
I don't
depends
think
on if we're
I ever
talking
met
about the
them
same thing.
actually. Not properly, not in terms that people would usually consider meeting someone considered. I
Hmm.
think they're supposed to talk about to meet someone.
Hmm. I say we should get back to questions.
I do think a lot of you deserve to be in here, yes.
Alright, you want to answer this next one or should I?
Which one's the next one?
Number 30.
Um, I think that one's safe enough for you to answer. It involves me, but it's more just a general one.
Hmm. Alright.
Well,
Well,
or good.
question number 30. Will there be music specifically for the maze? And it is possible that our dear friend Lucas here could work around with some commands to make music within the maze. However, it would be scuffed and via wonderful unbeatable for effects second to particles play sound command.
I do love quite a few of those commands, I know one that's a really good one too. Would you like to see it?
Oh, of course.
Look at the camera. Perfect. Now then, let's continue on, shall
Oh,
we?
why? Oh, haha, very, very funny.
I don't do this for you. You gotta say hello to our dear viewers, don't you?
Let me move.
I think this one will
Let me
come
move,
in
Lucas.
personal use. We still got a couple more to go through, so I suppose. There you go. You're so dramatic about it. You sound like you're worried I'm gonna do something.
I wouldn't be too surprised.
You wound me.
Hmm.
Alrighty. Who wants? I think there's only two left, unless our dear viewers have some
Hmm?
more they'd like to ask us under live pretenses.
It's two marked questions left.
Yeah,
I
good.
think I'll answer 31 and 32 seems more specific to you.
Alrighty then. And it sounds like we have a few questions remaining as well. And it's gonna be a little
Hmm.
less remarks, I'm sure. That'll be fine. I know what to say and what not to, and if you slip up on anything, we'll fix that soon enough, you know?
Hmm. Haha.
Hmm.
You're never good for your jokes, Lucas.
Who said I was joking? You know what's gonna happen.
Hmm. Question number 31. How many people will there be in the beginning? Now, as we've discussed, as we mentioned earlier, there will be our starting 10 contestants. And then over time, we'll send up more into the first clearing. But do remember, this first clearing isn't the only place the members will come from.
I've taken great care to ensure you.
Hmm.
Shame I'll never get to see the rest of it. Question 32. What was really difficult when figuring out mods? In honesty, it's just kind of finding them. There's a bit far and few for the best ones for this kind of project. Unfortunately, one of our favorited ones, the throwable weapons, kind of broke a few things technical wise. So we had to get rid of it, but maybe it's for the best. We don't want anything to happen. You know, want anyone to be upset. I know there's a couple people who would make unnecessary comments, unfortunately.
Hmm.
What a shame. Goodbye, Red. We'll be seeing
Bye,
you real
Red.
soon.
Mhm.
It's also another factor is storage space. I am aware that some of our contestants are on less, you know, storage
Preferable
wise,
devices.
preferable. That's a good word. I know some of us will end up having a lot harder at the time entering our beloved server, but we're currently trying to minimize that. I think there's only maybe one other thing to add that'll
Yeah.
be adjusting with that. And even then, that might not be completely joined in. It depends on how it works. So it did look wonderful. It was a great suggestion, Whisper.
Hmm?
Especially if it's for everyone and not just a specific person at the time.
What was?
Your suggestion.
Which suggestion?
Uh, we were talking about it beforehand, and I mentioned how we can test it after this. And you also agreed we should test it afterwards because we don't want it to break anything, especially with our dear lights. But personally,
Hmm.
I think it'll be a great fit. With the,
Hmm.
the whole sky,
Of course.
Yeah,
May I answer something from the chat?
of course.
One of you asked, how will an elevator work because bedrock redstone is shit? And I do have to say, before I do specialize in redstone mechanics. I know
Do
how
you
to
know?
make I'm able to make a 4x4 elevator. I would say that's specializing.
Hmm.
It took me some time to figure out the first time, but if needed, we can go with redstone elevator. Granted, it won't be as smooth as it was in season 29, but an elevator is an elevator, right?
That's true. And while there are alternatives to make it a little bit less noisy, they don't they as Vesper mentioned once, they do have their flaws. Especially because it's not just people that will be going up. And
Yeah, could we
I
have less fonts in the chat, please? Because they are quite hard to read the messages as well.
well,
Season 30 did not have a budget cut, I don't think. Did it?
no, actually we got in certain times we got a budget increase actually, or no, actually technically the budget was cut a little bit, more like
Preferably just
redirected.
no fonts at all, please.
I'd say the funds were more redirected into alternative things, and we actually were able to save a few considering I'm constructing it myself.
Hmm.
We don't want any mishaps.
Of course. Can't have anyone going about saying what's happening, where the paths go.
Yeah, you know, this will only be accessible to certain people. And while it may be used afterwards and available, depending on how the people treat it.
Do you not see
Oh,
that?
see what? Oh,
The lights flickered for me.
yeah. See, the people didn't get to see it this time, but we did. It's funny how in
Mm.
sync that was, actually.
Mm.
I assume you know what the cause was, but we probably shouldn't say that. That's a bit, I don't think the people need to know that.
People will be allowed to use texture packs and shaders. However, with plans, because of Lucas, we will have something similar as of sorts,
Potentially, if it works out,
if it works correctly.
which we'll be able to answer and your personal communicators later on. Yeah.
Does the audience have any other questions? Make sure you, if it's directed to a certain one of us, make sure you do put the name in it, so we know.
As well for the texture packs, I would like to add, I know there are some that make, traps a little bit easier to manage. We'd prefer none of those. I have some interesting plans that, although they probably would remain unaffected, I know some of our most original traps can be very easily countered by that.
Lucas is a homo, yes. Just look at just look at him. And the members of the maze have already been given their role in the Discord server, and they now have access to the new channels.
Oh, you already gave that to them?
Mm-hmm.
Did you give it to
I was
them
working on it
as the analysts?
while you were going through your few questions.
Oh, yeah, alright. Good time management.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, after all, we had that deal for if I helped out.
Yeah. I don't think I've forgotten about that.
Mm.
You know, the lucky few.
Mm.
I do have plans from personal involvement, yes. However, that's going to be much later down the line, and I doubt many of you will be involved. Not directly, of course. It could
That's a good question.
change.
Will the maze change?
It could. I didn't particularly plan on it. Well, that depends on how you think it. Technically, the accessible portions will change. How much they
Mm.
can access does change wildly. In fact, that's one of the main features. And as for the question directly after that, or less of a question, more of a statement, that's I can neither confirm nor deny this. Don't look too closely at my hairstyle. I've told you about that. You know, they. Yeah. Anyway, I took some personal inspiration from a few people who may have been down that line.
Yes, you can stream even if you are out of character. We wouldn't want to exactly put limits on how much you're giving people access to our dear maze, now do we?
They're
Content is
starting to
content.
worship me. This is certainly new. Um, I know that certain of our contestants, or I don't know, I haven't actually looked into that. Need to. I'm aware of the
Yeah, it will depend on the
possibilities
streamer.
that some of our contestants may be uncomfortable with that certain type of language. So maybe check beforehand. Better not to be safe. But if you get together and discuss it previously, yeah, well, I'd say the server itself doesn't have any rules against it.
I think they're wanting to
Um,
start a cult around you, Lucas.
um, oh boy. Let's see. Oh, no, we're getting it.
Of course. Anyone can do any type of law, whether it's alone or with other people.
Yeah, you have plenty of time to be to yourself, to do anything. Even whether it's in a lore session or you're letting the voices slip again.
Yeah, I know. My bad. The voices have given me ice cream.
And delicious. And delicious, speak to me after this stream.
Oh, good luck, Envylicious. They're asking what's your favorite crisp flavor.
Oh, that's a difficult one. I've not had them in a long time. Personally, barbecue's always a safe choice. Sometimes original if we need salt. So it's a little bit of a bodily thing. You know, health issues. Salt's always good. Ooh.
Just vanilla ice cream, but it's got chocolate bits in it. Envylicious,
I
could your face perhaps be like that one cat emoji you constantly send?
was gonna say, bold of you to assume we can't see your face. You know the truth. Um, Looking a little bit further back up, restrictions. I'd say anything too extreme should be discussed beforehand. But if there's anything that you're going to do that involves other people in the backstory, including me, you are welcome to do that. You just have to ask for. And I already have connected Blur with some people. But yeah, I'd say just if there's anything you're worried about, feel free to ask. My goodness, that's a lot of images.
But if there are vines on the wall of the maze, can we climb them? Yes, you can. They won't go all the way to the top. You physically won't be able to reach the top or look over it in third person. However, you do have to remember that in Outsiders, they did have this thing that they did where they would climb up before quote unquote getting exhausted and going back down. And we'd appreciate if you guys follow that same sort of logic as well.
Well, I know you have connected lore. I've heard plenty about it.
Well, there will be barrier blocks, of course, but
Yeah, I mean,
we're
there's
talking from a law perspective.
I think one of the best parts of you know the all the walls are gonna be usually the same height, other than special occasions. Maybe not so special. During certain sections, I could rather say. Because I'm sort of reconsider your idea for a section. I already need to redesign it for the event that's going to be happening with it.
Hmm?
No, nothing.
If you can't attend the session, will it cause any major issues? Or if it's a major event, will the date be changed? If you can't attend a session, it won't cause any major issues. Of course, we would prefer the people that are there, but it's more looking at a majority type of situation where, say, for example, out of the 10 people, 8 or 9 can make it, but only 1 or 2 can't. We would try reschedule, but if that's the best date, that's what we would have to go with. We don't want to purposely leave people out, but if that's something, that's the way that it would be, then that's the way we're going to have to do it. But if it's a major event, like, for example, the exit of the maze, we would need all the people who are still alive on, for obvious reasons. You can't escape if you aren't there.
Yeah, all of you need to be present for that. It's going to be quite a big event, after all, you know? Wouldn't you agree? That's going to be a very special event.
Well, I don't exactly know. After all, it's in the future. You know, last time I checked, I wasn't exactly psychic.
Oh, yeah. Suppose that yeah, it won't be too much of an issue.
Oh, that's a very question. That's a very good question. Can you stab Lucas? Yes, you can. Um, People who don't make content will not be seen as lower priority, seeing as I myself, I'm having to get Char here to record for me, but that's a special occasion. That's just for the Rebirth Q&A plus other things. Just because you can't make content, you will not be seen as lower priority.
This is my
It will
account now.
just be the
Have the
only
login.
disadvantage with not having any form of platform to make content for Rebirth with is people would know less about your character. So if you are unable to make any content at all, I do advise that you are around people who can, and then they can make stuff and people can be like, oh, I know more about this character. This character is like this. They've done this thing. They've done that thing.
Let's see. Where is it? Let's go. It's on a different screen. My bad. Let's see. How do I time someone out?
Good question. Who are you looking to time out?
Oh, I don't know. It's truly a wonder. Triple A battery trio. That's a wonderful name.
It's
Anyway, there was a question before that priority one. Should we answer that? Or should we leave that up to Discovery?
up to Discovery, I'd say.
Uh, the people will find out.
Oh, good question for you.
Little holes for you to get stuck in. Let's see. It could be traps, similar. There will be little holes in the walls for tunnels, you know. We can't have a maze if there's not ways to get around. Easiest to get lost. I know, I mean, I've gotta give you some chance. So maybe there'll be a few shortcuts every now and again. Can't guarantee you're gonna be able to get through all of them both ways, though. We're not gonna be changing the discussion of this to holes, okay?
Mhm.
Don't laugh.
If in the middle of the series one of the members starts becoming a problem, we would discuss with them privately. While we're fixing that problem, we would ask that they don't log on the realm or join calls just while we sort things out. You know, it could be a misunderstanding for all we know. if they do end up being a problem, they will be removed from the series and will just act as if they were lost to the maze, and then that will be the end of that.
I think it depends on their story, how they go missing, but yeah, something along those lines. I wouldn't be so hesitant to pull someone out if they start disrupting content.
Hmm.
Will there be chests in the maze to find? Oh, absolutely. There will be far more than chests for you to find. You know, I mean, there will be limited resources in the clearing, so I've got to give you some things.
This next question's good for you as well, I'd say.
Which one? The stuck one?
Mm-hmm.
If you get stuck while not doing lore, I'd say you can always, directly message one of us. There's no shame in admitting you can't get out of somewhere. Whether it be lost if you were exploring out of character only on the paths that you know, so that likely shouldn't happen, but everyone forgets at times. It's if you're going in the maze while not doing particular lore, then I mean I'd assume it's to be memorizing the parts you've explored. So if you find yourself unable to get back, you find yourself stuck somehow, or you just lost track of time, you need to be back to the clearing for a particular set of lore, you can always message, but we don't fancy people abusing this, so it'll be limited use, won't be all the time, but don't be afraid to reach out.
There will be caves under the clearing for you all. We have made sure that anywhere where you could escape, there is, of course, the wall. But
Which, if you break the wall, we'll know.
hmm,
We'll know. More so specifically, I will know. It's
it's
a
his show
fancy
after all.
little thing. There's cameras everywhere. Well, I mean, I'm the host. Mhm. Um,
Yeah, I'll take voices.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you had a few things going on up there.
Oh, thanks, you're so considerate.
I mean, after what I've seen, there's something going on.
It's not my fault, but
Unfortunately, I think it would be a bit problematic for me to take adoptions, especially with the contestants, and even more especially with members of your trio.
yes, you will be told what times the server will be open. And whether it's a law session or not, of course, that's up to you. But for the set sessions, they will be law specific. And they won't be open every day. However, if they're going to be open, we will let you guys know the day before or on the day a couple hours before. Like it will be open from this time to this time.
Watching you, Sky.
And if someone has to leave the server because of personal issues, what happened? Like we said, we will discuss what happens. If they have to leave, then they will leave and they will just be quote unquote lost to the maze, and that will be the last time that people will speak about them.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe
I
not.
think that's a story for another day, right? Right? Yeah. We'll find
Yeah,
out
yeah.
eventually.
I'm fine with it not being today.
I think there's No.
Mhm.
Um, hmm. Unfortunately, I think that would break code if I DM'd you those. Hmm. If you break the walls, I'll know, even if I don't know the moment it happens.
He'll know.
If there's a piece of the wall broken, I'll know who did it.
Hmm.
And if you do break a piece of the wall, then it was unintentional. You may place it back, however, it is still mandatory that you let me know for those reasons of how I will know who did it, because I will be keeping track. Yes, there will be some forms of non-hostile mobs.
Yeah, Maz told me about that.
What's going on with Mars?
Their Wi-Fi slash data isn't exactly doing the best, and they can't make out what we're saying.
Oh,
No, they said they'll watch the VOD later.
no, you cannot. And I will know if you do. Okay, first of all, that's on a new server. Second of all, I did mention that in all honesty, it was my threatening voice. I can't help it if you view it like that.
Hmm.
Ah, yes, I mean, anti-crow. I don't know how anti that is. Quite a few
What does that mean
similarities,
to
in my
me?
opinion. I find it view that you wouldn't even expect.
Hmm.
But, when I didn't
No,
aware.
living in the elevator wouldn't be preferable, considering with the fact, first of all, it will be going up and down from time to time to collect people. And also with blocks being placed on it, I'm not too sure if that would break the redstone of it. So no living in the elevator either.
Yeah, they won't. I think they want to see them out. Are the signs there?
Hmm? Which signs? Oh, those ones?
Envy-licious?
Envy-licious.
Envy-licious? We do not tolerate that.
I
Look at
think,
me for a moment.
based on
Listen,
guesses, it might be because of remastered.
listen, Envy. First of all, it's Pride Month, one of the best times of the year. People are so accepting here. And also, listen, we may imprison people, we torture war criminals, we take volunteers and send them practically to their death for entertainment, but we do not discriminate.
The maze maker is gay, yes, Axel. You break your neck looking back that fast?
So, you guys want to see a little trick that I can do?
Oh no, I'm not exactly in the best of health right now.
Oh, such a shame.
It would be a shame, especially on camera.
Oh, I mean, who's to say things will happen on camera?
Mm. I don't want to let them do a trick, Axel.
Oh, well, what's wrong with the trick? You guys want to see a real trick?
This can only end terribly.
Let's sit back down.
Where's the light coming from? Outside?
There is no outside one.
Blink, blink. Blink, blink. Hey!
Well, does anyone else have any questions for us today? I think it's about time to start wrapping up, don't you?
I mean, yeah. Huh.
Who's the hair director? It's I know.
Is Envylicious still needed after the stream?
I mean, Vesper's hair is red and it doesn't look it, but they're actually very dark red. Hmm? Right. I mean, that's obvious. And, I wouldn't say I'm threatening exactly. Excuse me? Favorite flavor? Red bean. It tastes like catnip.
Of course you pick that up.
Oh, well, like you have such a great taste in flavors. When was the last
I
time you
so
ate
do.
something normal? When was the last time
And
you
then there
ate some?
was.
Oh gosh.
And there
You
was.
have
No.
such
And there
odd
was.
eating habits, you know?
But I can't help it.
Oh, you could. Okay. The chairs were Vesper's idea.
They match the theme. I like
They didn't want,
diorite.
okay, they didn't want it to be wood because then it would blend in with the table. They didn't want it to be andesite because then it would blend in with the walls. And what was it? You didn't even want it to be diorite because it would blend in with the floor.
Yeah.
There's no winning for you.
Mobs in the clearing, they won't spawn naturally hostile and non-hostile. However, some people will be sent out with them. Yes, of course you can see the chairs. Not that you can see them very well from this angle, but
Pressing the wrong keyboard.
yeah, that's what the chairs look like. You cannot eat the chairs, no. Yeah, that's what the chairs look like.
Personally, not very comfortable being stone and all. You know, whose
Well,
choice
it's
was
either
that?
stone or it's either stone or wood, isn't it? Oh, people are wanting to marry the chairs. Maybe bring it back down.
Alright, so we're staying for the rest of today.
Oh. Oh. Look what you've done.
No, you cannot. We've already had incidents of that with this one in the past. I suppose not really you, huh? Guess it has been a couple of years. 。
Has anyone else got any last questions?
Yeah,
Oh,
are
see,
there
the
any last
people like
questions?
me.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Vesper will be meeting something soft at
Oh, thank
least pretty
you.
soon.
There is going to be no skulk in this.
Well, maybe the maze will be something a little bit later on. Personally, it's getting quite late, Vesper.
Hmm,
We have plans, don't we?
do we?
Yeah, you remember? We've something very
Plans like
important to
what?
be. So I can't really say that on camera. That's classified information between us.
No, I think you can say it in front of the camera. I mean, you've been so giving, right, with information.
Well, I mean, it's not really correct information. I think it's really you that in all this, to be found.
Oh, I think you should tell me. Let the people know as well.
Oh, Vesper, this is something between the two of us. You trust me, don't you?
No, I don't, to be quite frank with you. No, I don't.
Oh, we've known each other for years.
Yeah, I thought I knew you, but
I'm not the one keeping secrets.
it wasn't my fault.
You could have told me. Could have told me.
And what would have ended up like this anyways?
You're still here. Am I looking at you any differently?
Hmm, I can't tell.
We're still friends.
Hmm, sure. Whatever makes you happy.
Hmm. I think the people are getting the wrong idea.
Yeah, I think they are.
No, quite, no.
No,
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 none of
no,
that,
no,
none of that.
no, 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 no,
No,
no,
no, no, no,
no.
no, 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 no.
I think, wait, no, we have we're friends. We've known each other for a long time, that's all. That's all it is. And friends trust each other and tell them things.
Mm-hmm.
Very important things. And they especially don't keep it a secret for years on end. It's something the other should be informed of.
Hmm. If you guys are wanting to see the maze, we do have the other VOD up on the Twitch channel still. If you skip through a bit of that, you can see the map and the size of it.
Hmm. It's been most of the viewers asking us questions. I have a question for you guys. Don't you guys agree that if you're best friends with someone, you've known them for years, they practically owe their life to you after what you've done for them, that they should trust you with very important secrets? That they should know you would be understanding if you were told?
Hmm. How understanding you've been.
Have I turned you?
You brought me here.
Miss, but I run this place, and the people don't know what you've done.
Hmm.
Only I do.
Hmm. And people can't make up their minds either.
They never did, could they?
Hmm. Hmm. Not
Yeah.
since birth.
I do think it's time to go though. So, such a nice bonding moment. Oh,
Hmm.
2 hours now.
Hmm.
That's
I'd say that was
just
a good preview.
a very good preview.
What's the silly little question, Axel? Me, I am. Not that it's by much, but
I don't know.
it's me.
Never really has been my match.
Hmm?
Did you guys enjoy the show? Oh no. Not going to hurt them. Why would I do that? Sure, maybe they kept things from me, lied to me. They may participate in those things without my knowledge.
Have you tried just getting over it? You know?
You wouldn't even be
Yes, you
here
can,
if it
Axel.
wasn't for me.
Hmm?
You wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for me.
I would. I'd be fine.
Your eye says a lot about that.
Hmm. I get by though.
Hmm. I'm sure we could put a cake in the maze eventually. Now then, are there any more questions?
You can have apple pie, however, for copyright reasons and also the fact that realistically you guys wouldn't know, it would just be an apple pie, not an apple pie to you guys.
Yeah.
You can call it an apple pie as like part of a bit like, oh my god, look, it's an apple pie, it's an apple pie. But then any other time you would just call it a normal apple pie.
Yeah, and I think people have actually been very desperate to see that.
Whoa, envy, 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 envy. We watch what we say. Even if you could say it, we watch what we say.
Do the people want to see the pie? I know that somebody has been very eager to know well to see the placeable version. Yes, you want to see the pie made only with actual fruit this time. Nothing
Hmm.
unusual added to it, like some other times. Look at it. Isn't it wonderful, friends? Well, based on events, and Anti-Crow, pie probably wouldn't be too hard, and also not too unexpected, right?
Hmm?
I mean, you have a specialty, right?
What?
Nothing.
The people told me to eat the pie. Oh.
Oh, sure, Vesper would enjoy a pie.
Hmm.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Good. Hmm.
I don't
No.
I don't think I'm drugged now, am I?
I think it's been a great stream. Me and Vesper here have some things to take care of before the series starts.
You're like, what?
Well, you're a contestant. There's procedures to go through.
Like, what?
Procedures everyone goes through.
Like, what, Lucas? You're not being very specific here.
You know exactly what they all go through.
No, I don't, because nobody tells me anything.
I mean, we talked about it. When I brought you here, we had a very nice conversation about what happens to other contestants.
No, no, you said as long as I helped you, I wouldn't have to have my memories removed. Sure, I knew I'd have to go in there, but I wouldn't have to have my memories removed. I'd
Oh,
get to
come
keep them.
on.
You
We can't
told
have
me.
specialties.
You said I would get to keep my memories as long as I helped you.
And did you help me?
I did. I'm helping you with the elevator. I'm helping you with other things.
But that's already been done.
But I still helped. You told me if I helped, I get to keep my memories. That was the
I told
deal.
you wouldn't want this to be filmed. Come on
You're
now.
fucking unbelievable.
Oh, unbelievable after what you've done.
I had to do it. You
So
know
you're
I
not a
did.
monster in it. Look at you.
What's that meant to mean?
No.
I'm not having my memories removed,
So do you
Lucas.
decide that?
Since always, they're my memories, not yours. Just like how that's their
Well,
memories. Nobody deserves to have their memories wiped. That's their
oh, but
memories,
it's for
not
the
yours.
entertainment. Surely
Entertainment
the
my
people
fucking ass. They
agree.
deserve their
It's a
memories.
tradition in the Star series. We can't stop now. Just
Yes,
like
you
it's a
can. It doesn't
tradition
have
for
to.
there to be no specialties, regardless of the contestant's relationship with the host.
I'm not gonna let you remove my memories.
Let's go outside for this conversation. There's people waiting for you.
I'm not going.
You want to go see them, don't you?
No, I don't.
Come on, you.
No.
Do they need to come in here instead? You know what happened last time.